This is it. Hi, my name is Diego Gutierrez. I'm from Venezuela and I'm here to share some information, some valuable information on how to build your own home recording studio the cheapest way you can. So let's start. On this video I'm going to talk about a little of guitar recording, okay? And this is a pretty important part of my studio because I record rock, metal music most of all, so I've been always looking for a pretty hell of distortion, and it was a pretty hard to find till finally I got to amp simulator. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is the difference between a Stompbox and amp simulator. Okay, what happens with the Stompbox effects? They sound great, but they need an amplifier to sound great. Okay, and I'm talking about not only the amp, but the cabinet also. It could be a combo or a cabinet and an amplifier or whatever. The Stompbox effects needs an amp, so they can sound great. Okay, if you plug directly to the recording interface Stompbox, you're just gonna get the effects completely raw and directly, and will sound, for example, if you use a distortion directly to the recording interface, it will sound like a pretty fuzzy, a dead sound. It sounds really bad. Talking about any distortion or whatever effect you're using completely alone. So here comes a solution that I got, and it comes to amp simulators. Okay, I've been testing lots of stomp effects, then I started testing lots of amp simulators like the Samsung GG2 and Love Pedal Plexi 100, and they sound really cool. But I thought to myself, I need something more versatile. Okay, so something that I can get a really cool, clean sound as a Fender amplifier, and something that like a really hellish distortion coming from a Mesa Boogie or a Marshall, and maybe some blues soloing coming from probably a Marshall or whatever amplifier. So I needed something really that gave me all those kind of sounds. And as I said before, the difference between a Stompbox and an amplifier is that the amp emulator also gives you the acoustic features coming from an amp and a cabinet and a microphone as well. So you get all those features coming from the acoustics directly into the mixing console or recording interface. So let's get to the beautiful thing I had to show you today. So I hope you can check it out, and I hope you like the information for your studio. Okay, what I'm going to show you today is the really cool equipment called Behringer V-Amp Pro. Okay, I'm going to show you. Let me take you to the real equipment. So this really cool rack, it's an amp emulator. Okay, so I'm gonna let me show you the front part of this beauty, and here you can see the amp knobs. Sorry because of the camera. Okay, these are the amp knobs. Okay, here we got a gain. This is drive, as any amplifier has. Here we got a volume. Here we got the bass, mids, and treble. So you really got all the equalization and properties of an amp. Okay. So here we got this knob that allows you to change between emulations. Okay. Here we got different names coming from the Behringer rack, but these little names are just emulations coming from, for example, Marshall amplifiers, Mesa Boogie, Fender amplifiers, and there are Behringer amplifiers also. So this is a pretty cool thing. Those presets of amp presets has their own cabinets, so you can really get the amp match. Okay, so here we got this panel that gives you different banks from A to E to get different custom tones. But also this beautiful has, let me check, I can't remember, but it has like 42 or 45 banks. So 45 banks from A to E to store your custom tones. It's a lot of things. So it works almost like a pedal board or something. Here we got an FX knob, so you can get the amplifier thing, but also you can add effects. It has effects from rotary, echo delay, ping pong delay, phaser plus delay, flanger plus delay, flanger plus delay to chorus plus delay, auto wah, phaser, chorus, flanger, compressor, and whatever you like. So this is much of a workstation, let me tell you, and it sounds great. It has a phones out, so you can really monitor what you're doing. Here is the sketch of how it works. So here comes the input, send input, whatever, signal processing. You can add a MIDI controller, so you can use a pedal board with this rack also. And it gives you lots of options. Cabinet simulation, so you can go directly from this cabinet simulation to your recording interface. Master volume, balanced out, so you can use this in live situations, recording situations, with amplifiers, whatever you like. Let's check it from behind. It has stereo outs, it has MIDI inputs and outputs. It's just pretty professional, let me tell you, and it's pretty cheap. If we talk about other products on the market, so I think it's pretty worth. Okay. About the guitar, I'm using Les Paul, Epiphone Les Paul 100. It's okay guitar. It's pretty cool. Sounds great. And of course, I like the studio better because it has only humbuckers. But this beauty sounds really good. So let's get to the sounding of this beautiful thing, okay?